Yes, hello and welcome to today's Fronius webinar. Today's topic is next level service with the overall new Fronius Solar.SOS tool. I want to kindly welcome you today. So my name is Sandro. I am from Team Trainings and Education at Fronius International in Austria at the headquarters. And I'm very happy to have today Boris Klibusic on board. So hello Boris.
Hello Sandro.
Boris will guide you through today's webinar. So he is the responsible product manager for the Fronius Solar.SOS tool, and we will today give you really deep insights into the tool and really demonstrate you all processes within the tool itself. Very briefly explained at the beginning, what is the Solar.SOS tool about? So for those who are not familiar with the SOS tool so far, so the Fronius Solar.SOS tool enables you troubleshooting and any kind of service related to Fronius products and solutions. So the Fronius Solar.SOS tool is 24 hours, 7 days a week accessible, and you can really do remote troubleshooting, so you're not bound to any hotlines of our tech support, so you can do it anytime and anywhere you are, a service process. What's so special about the Fronius Solar.SOS? So it has got an overall new design. So actually the Solar.SOS tool has got already some history at Fronius. It's a tool which we are using for years, but recently we did an overall update and we included many new functions, which Boris will then demonstrate us. Principally, briefly summarized, I would say we will have today look on the registration process, so how to register and how to actually be able to use it. Then we will make a exchange process. That means we really kind of simulate trouble with a Fronius device, and then the exchange process behind in Solar.SOS. And also therefore we create a case, and we have also an insight into case handling, like we'll see the messaging functions with tech support. I think also a very special feature, and also we will have a look on the managing of multiple accounts. That means the so-called account switcher, which is also a pretty nice feature of the new Solar.SOS. Okay, but therefore I want to directly hand over to Boris now, who will demonstrate us at first step the registration process for the Solar.SOS.
Thanks a lot, Sandro. So let's start with the registration process. For those of you who already are using a different tool, a Fronius tool, like the Solar Web, maybe already got in touch with our registration process. We have implemented the same in the new Solar.SOS. So if you click on login, you can also register a new account here by clicking on register now. Then you will receive a confirmation email with a confirmation link in it. If you click on it, then you will be redirected to this page again. I have done this before, so I can enter the test email here and the password. And then the registration process started. So here we have the, let's say, very first and very important point, which is very important to mention. The new Solar.SOS is available for business customers only. Private users and end customers are not allowed to enter Solar.SOS. So if you want to use it, you need at least a company. So then you have to enter a company name. You must choose a line of business. We will choose PV installer, which is here. Then you must enter a street. I will use a dummy street, which is Sandbox 1. Then we will use Wels, which is located in Austria. And then we just have to enter a watt number. The next step is the entering of the contact data. So in my case, I will also use a dummy account or a dummy person. And if you want, you can also add your phone number or your cell phone number in here, but it's not required. Well, the last step before we finish is that we must agree the data privacy statement of Fronius. And if we click on submit, then the registration process is finished. So what happened next is that you get logged out, but that's not a problem. You can log in again with the same credentials, and you will see that you will see this screen. So what you see here is the so-called account switcher. I will come to that later. You must click on the company that you have registered before, and now our declaration of consent opens. So what is the declaration of consent? In the old SOS, it was necessary to sign also this declaration of consent as an PDF or in paper form. Now we have put it directly into or implemented it into the new Solar.SOS. The declaration of consent is required if you want to become a Fronius customer and if you want to get a customer number. You can close this window if you don't want to enter the data now, but then you will only have limited access to SOS. Limited access means that you can only use the troubleshooting, you can also use the device data, and you can also use the manuals, but you will not be able to create a case. So in this case, when you click on cases, you will see the pop-up that you first must get a customer number, and then you will be able to create cases as well. So if we want to create to get a customer number, then we can click on the user icon on the top of the window, and then we have here the field declaration of consent, and then the window opens again. We can enter then the data. I will enter dummy data again. So, and then we must fill out the address. Country is the same as before. and once again for the billing address. So now the next button is clickable, and if we click on it, then we will be redirected to our contract site. Here we can find all relevant information about the handling of service processes. We have also the guidelines here for handling service calls. Please take a closer look on it, and at the end you have the possibility to click on yes, I have read, and yes, I agree to the terms of use. You can confirm that, or you can also decline that if you want to. If you confirm it, then the registration process, the internal, will be started, and you will receive a customer number in the next hours. So that was the declaration of consent, and the last part of the whole registration process that I want to show you is the so-called account switcher. We saw it at the beginning when we have entered Solar.SOS. I have also prepared a second account. What is the account switcher? Well, the account switcher is relevant for all customers who are working for more than one company. So for example, if you have your own company, if you run your own business, and if you are working for another company, then you can use the account switcher. In the old SOS, it was necessary to have several or more SOS logins. Now you have only one login, and in the account switcher, that you can find in the user icon and in the account name, you can find all the accounts that you or your contact is linked to, and you can easily switch between these companies or these accounts by clicking on it. So what we see here is that the company has changed from the test account Australia to the test account Austria. So if you are interested in linking to several or more accounts, then please get in touch with your tech support, and they will help you to create a second or another account. Well, that was the registration process. So we saw the registration itself. We have also talked about the declaration of consent, and I showed you the account switcher. What I want to do now is to show you the troubleshooting and the exchange process. So when you enter Solar.SOS, then the start page will be the troubleshooting. You can enter the serial number here. The product group will be chosen automatically, and then you can easily enter a state code, and the troubleshooting process starts. So what you see here is a step-by-step description of the cause of your problem and the possible solution. So, and you click through it until you find the right solution that helps you. Let's say that the replacement of the Sumo AC board will solve your problem. Then you have the possibility either to click on solved or to get in touch with the tech support by clicking on the contact tech support button, or you can also start the exchange process by clicking on the Request, Exchange or Repair button. If you do so, then the Exchange or Repair tab will open. You can also see it in the main menu. So on the top you have the possibility to switch between a component exchange or a device repair or a device exchange. I will stick to the component exchange. Then you will see a long list of different components that can be selected. So we will use the CMO AC board. We also have the possibility to enter a failure description. So please keep in mind that the failure description must consist 20 characters at minimum, and then you can also add any attachments if you have any pictures or if you have any documents that you also want to send to the tech support, you can add it here. Otherwise, you just click on continue, and then you will have the possibility to enter a customer case number, so which is a number that you define for your internal control. And the last step is the summary page. So here you have once again a summary about the whole exchange. So you see again the customer case number that I've entered before. You also have the delivery address and the pickup address, which is the same in my case. You have an error description that I have entered, and you also see the component that I want to change. And then you can click on Send Order, and with this click you have created a new case in our system. In the this is the next topic I want to talk about, the cases. So when you click on cases in the main menu, then you will have an overview of all cases that you have created before. You can also have a look at all cases, or the closed cases or the open cases. The open view or open cases are selected by default, and you can also switch between your cases or your company cases, which means that you can have also a look at the cases that your colleagues have created. So what you see here is the case number, which is often requested by the tech support. You have the case title, you have the serial number, you also see the case owner. In my case, these are dummy names. In your case, you will find your name here. And you also have the date when the case was created. If you click or select one case, then the details of the case will be displayed. So you can find more details here, details like the warranty information and stuff like that. And if you have added any additional files, then you would also see them here. At the top you have two additional tabs. The first one are the messages. So these are our case messages. You are able to communicate directly with the tech support through SOS. So you can enter a question or any information in here. And send it directly to the tech support. And the big benefit here is that the tech support will also answer you directly in SOS, so you will see the answer here. If you receive a new answer from the tech support, then the notification clock will be highlighted red, and you will see, okay, there was or there is a new message from the tech support. If you click on it, then you will be then this window will open again. And last but not least, we have the delivery information. So in this case, there was an inverter ordered. You see the order date, you see the component, which was the whole inverter. And you see also the status and the tracking ID. In this case, this information is not available because we are on the test environment, and this data is not available on the test environment. So you also can find additional information about the delivery or the collection address here if it is relevant for you. If not, you can just close the case by clicking on the small X, and you will be sent back to the case overview. Well, that was cases, or that was the information about the cases. The next thing I want to talk about are the manuals and the videos. So what we have here are the manuals. Maybe you have recognized that I didn't show the device data. The device data is well known from the old SOS. So in the device data you can enter a serial number, and then you will find additional information about your inverter. So it's not a big thing. Here in the manuals you can also enter a serial number and choose a language. And if you click then on search, you will find a long list of different documents and videos. And you will also find quick filters on the top. So if you are maybe interested in installation instructions, then just click on installation instructions, and only them will be displayed to you. If you click on the link icon, then the installation instruction will be downloaded directly to on your computer. And if you want to see any webinars, then just click on webinars, and you can then also click on the link icon, and the YouTube video, sorry for that, the YouTube video with the webinar will be opened in a new tab, and you can watch it there. Well, that's basically it, Sandro.
Yes, thanks a lot, Boris, for this valuable insights into the Fronius Solar online support tool. So we have come to the end of the webinar now. So one thing I want to add here is now Boris showed us everything on the web browser of his laptop, but of course the app is also available for all mobile devices. So just enter in your Google Play Store or iOS Store Fronius Solar.SOS, and you can download it 100% free of charge, also for all mobile devices you have got available. Okay, Boris, so then thanks a lot. We will mute ourselves now and just stay a few minutes online afterwards. So if you've got any questions now, please address them directly to us. So you know the question bar is on the right hand side. Just type it in and we will give you an answer and we will stay a few minutes online. Yes, so far so good. Then I wish you a good day. I hope we see and hear us again soon here at Fronius. All the best, thanks and goodbye.